What's up guys, my name's Brandon, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the latest Apple news and rumors, including a new hidden feature in iOS 11.4, and also some of the latest leaks and rumors on the upcoming 2018 iPhones. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about the new hidden feature in iOS 11.4 that was not uncovered until just recently. So starting in iOS 11.4, when your device isn't unlocked for 7 days, you will not be able to use it to transmit data via USB. The feature is called USB restricted mode, and it was basically introduced to put an end to hackers and possibly put an end to cracking devices like the gray key box. Now, if you don't know what this gray key box is, it's basically a little box solely designed to crack locked iPhones. And if you remember in the news last year in 2017, it was a big story about how, police used the gray key box, which first of all starts at $15,000 and is mostly sold just to law enforcement, things like that. So you really shouldn't worry too much about it. But it was in the news a lot because they used this device to unlock, an iPhone that was locked. And this little device is super, super powerful. It can unlock pretty much all modern iPhones, including the iPhone 10, including models running iOS 11.3, the latest version of iOS, also the latest iPhone, and it works by brute forcing possible passwords and can break through 4-digit passcode in about 2 hours and a 6-digit passcode in about 3 days. And like I said, these devices are mainly used by law enforcement, and they were really gaining popularity at the end of 2017 and into 2018, which is likely why Apple is just now trying to put a halt to this. So starting in iOS 11.4, if you haven't put in the passcode on your device, if you haven't unlocked it via Face ID, Touch ID, the passcode, if you haven't plugged it into a computer and put the passcode in for iTunes or anything like that, after 7 days, basically when you plug it into the USB into a computer or something like that, it's only going to be used for charging, and you won't be able to transmit any kind of data. Now, time will tell if Apple keeps this as a feature past iOS 11.4. I think they will, and I think they definitely should, because this is a great security measure to put in place just to make their users feel even more secure. Like me personally, I don't have anything to hide on my phone or anything like that, but it's really just peace of mind knowing that, pretty much nobody can get into my device if they wanted to. Now, I will say that 7 days is a little bit much. I would have liked if it was maybe 1 or 2 days, because the reality is you really unlock your phone pretty much every day. Actually, you do unlock it every single day if it's a locked iPhone. So I would have really liked to see it be just maybe 1 or 2 days. 7 days seems a little bit excessive, but maybe it'll be changed in the future. Maybe it's just, Apple introducing it with 7 days. Maybe they'll cut it down in the future. I don't know, but I would really personally like to see 1 or 2 days. Now, with all of that being said, the reality is that cybersecurity companies and hackers and crackers and people like this and law enforcement are basically always going to be able to get into locked iPhones. Maybe not law enforcement, but cybersecurity and, hackers and people like that are always going to be able to get into locked iPhones. That's just the reality. I'm not trying to scare you guys. That is just the reality. We only know about this one gray key box out there in the public, but think about how many other services and devices like this are out there as well that are just in the deep web and just aren't public and all over these blogs and things like that. So while this feature does help a great bit, I don't think it's ever going to end, people being able to get into locked iPhones. I think it's going to be a cat and mouse game, kind of similar to jailbreaking, except for on a much, greater scale, and Apple's going to care about this a lot more than jailbreaking, but I think it's going to be a cat and mouse game the more they get brought to light, in the public eye. And again, you really don't have anything to worry about. Like if your phone gets stolen or anything like that, nobody that is going to have access to any of these devices. This is basically just sold to, Secret Service or the, government agencies or law enforcement or things like that. So if you didn't commit a crime, if you aren't a terrorist, you really don't have anything to worry about as far as somebody unlocking your device, your locked device, if it gets stolen or anything like that. So anyways, that is the new hidden feature in 11.4, and it's actually introduced in 11.3, the 11.3 beta, but it didn't make it to the final version of 11.3. So hopefully it will in 11.4, and it actually does get introduced with 11.4. So let me know what you guys think about that feature. I think it's a great security measure for Apple. I think it is a great feature. Again, I do just wish it was knocked down to maybe 1 or 2 days. But other than that, great security measure, great feature by Apple. Also, there are new rumors about the upcoming iPhone 10 Plus, which is expected to come later this year. Takara is reporting that the 6.5-inch iPhone 10 Plus is roughly the same size as the current iPhone 8 Plus, but will be about 2 millimeters thicker due to the mounting form of the rear camera. So I'm really looking forward to the iPhone 10 Plus later this year. I really cannot wait to get my hands on that. It's going to be an amazing device. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Now, as for the other 6-inch iPhone rumor to come out later this year, it's also being reported that it will feature an LCD display instead of an OLED display, and it will also come with Face ID support. So we don't know for sure what the exact name of that device is going to be, but it's looking like it's going to have an LCD screen and Face ID support. Now, Takara is also reporting that iOS 12 will be adding support for horizontal Face ID unlock. Now, me personally, I didn't even know that this wasn't a feature in iOS 11 and with the iPhone 10, because I personally only use mine in portrait mode. I basically have the orientation lock on at all times, so I can't even turn it horizontal. But if you try to unlock your iPhone 10 with Face ID horizontally, it will just not register. It won't pick up your face, it won't recognize your face, and it will not unlock. But according to Takara, when iOS 12 comes out, we will now be able to unlock our iPhone 10s or anything that has Face ID in the horizontal landscape mode. And this makes sense since the iPads, the 2018 iPads that are coming out later this year, are expected to ship with Face ID, and they will be used in landscape a lot. So it makes sense just to add this to the iPhone 10 as well. Now, there's also been a lot of rumors about the iPhone SE2, but I personally don't think that any of these sketches or any of the renders or anything like that are actually legit. I do think that the iPhone SE2 will not ship with a headphone jack. I think it's not going to have a headphone jack. I also don't think it's going to have an edge-to-edge display. I think it's just going to be a typical display with bezels, and I think it will be LCD. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be an OLED panel like we see on the iPhone 10, which does make sense since it is the budget iPhone, but that's exactly what I'm expecting. But of course, as the release gets closer, we will start seeing more leaks and renders and things like that, a lot more legit stuff as well. So we'll be making more videos on the iPhone SE2. So anyways, guys, that was the latest going on in the Apple world. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do plan on making a lot more of these Apple news videos like I did, a couple weeks back as well. So definitely let me know if you enjoy them in the comment section down below, and also by giving this video a thumbs up. Now, before I sign off, I do want to give you guys an update on iOS 11.4 beta 3 and 4, and also the future of some of my videos in the series coming up. But anyways, 11.4 beta 3 and 4 have been tremendous for me. The battery life has actually been better on 11.4 than it was on 11.3. Beta 4 is treating me better than beta 3 as well. I will be making a follow-up video on that as well. Most likely when the beta 5 of 11.4 comes out, I'll tell you guys basically how my experience has been with beta 4. As for the jailbreak update series, episode 52 is coming out tomorrow, and I will start being a lot more consistent with those. Hopefully on a weekly basis, I will drop a jailbreak update video. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.